welcome to Nutrition 101. I have for you a quick video that will give you the basics of nutrition. Today we're going to talk about two things, that is macronutrition and micronutrition. For more information on each of these, I will do additional videos to go more in depth. Today's lesson is basically to introduce you or refamiliarize yourself with what they are and why they're important. And so we're going to start here with macronutrition. Macronutrition are considered the big three, and they're sometimes referred to as the superheroes of nutrition. They help us to stay healthy, and also they help with the function of our vital organs and our well-being on a day-to-day basis. Those big three are carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And so we're going to start here with carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are sometimes referred to as carbs, which is probably something you're familiar with. Carbs are best known for being an energy source. Carbs have sometimes gotten a bad rap as though they're bad for us, but that just depends on the type of carbs that you're consuming. Not all carbs are the same. And so foods like whole grains and fruits contain carbs, and those help to give us an energy boost. It's important to know that you do have a choice in the types of carbs that you eat. There are some carbs you do want to cut, but you don't want to cut them all because they're important for our health and well-being. So for example, some healthy grains that you're probably already familiar with would be whole wheat bread, rye, barley, quinoa. Those are some better choices, whereas less healthy choices might be something like white bread or French fries. Sorry, guys. I know it's not our favorite thing to hear. French fries aren't good for us. Proteins are the second, and they're really also critical to our overall well-being and health. They help to build and repair our muscles. Proteins, again, that you're probably familiar with, eggs, chicken, beans, they help to build and repair our muscles and tissues, and they help us to stay strong. As we age, proteins are more and more important, but are always important. Proteins are made up of chemicals that are called amino acids, and different types of proteins have different types of amino acids, and that's why it's important that we try and vary our protein source, as well as making sure that the source that we're consuming is a healthy option. So we use amino acids to build and repair muscles and bones, and it also affects our hormones and enzymes. They can be used as an energy source as well. And then the third of the big three is fats. And there was a time when everyone was saying fats are bad for you, fats are bad, avoid fats, and people would sell their products with fat-free on there, but that's not necessarily a good thing. Just like everything else, there are healthy options and there are less healthy options, and so you do need fats. They're important to you, they're important to your brain, but you want to be, of course, choosy about the ones that you consume. So not all fats are created equally. Some can lead to things like heart disease and diabetes, but not all fats are bad for us. Some of the healthy fats are avocados and nuts, and they help with energy. They also provide as a backup energy source, and they also support our vital functions. So obviously we need them to survive. Okay, they help our body to absorb vitamins that are present in foods. And then from here, we're going to move to micronutrients. Micronutrition is really important as well. If you think about your body as a high-tech machine, you'll need to know that those nutrients are the secret ingredient that help us to perform at our best. And a quick story that I'll share with you is if your body is provided with what it needs, then your cells are going to be made from the quality of the foods that you're eating, right? Whether it's good or bad, it's true. And when you feed your cells high quality whole food nutrition, your cells are going to be healthy, and then your tissues are going to be healthy, and your organs are going to be healthier, and your systems will be healthier, and you as a whole, as an individual, will be healthier too. And so micronutrition is really critical to your health as well. And of course, it helps us to fuel our bodies with the things that we need, like vitamin C and vitamin K, as well as minerals, right? Our body needs minerals that are found in soil and water, and then they're absorbed by the plants, and then whatever eats those plants absorbs those minerals and vitamins as well. So maybe that's us, and maybe it's our protein source, right? But it does matter. Minerals like calcium are found in dairy, and iron can be found in spinach. And spinach is also a good protein source if you choose to go meatless or have days when you go meatless. It helps to ensure strong bones and healthy blood supply. And then I've just got a couple quick slides here to give you some basic information. So the different colors of the fruits and vegetables is an indication of the vitamins and minerals present in those fruits and vegetables. And so you do want to eat the rainbow. Maybe you've heard somebody say that before, eat the rainbow. It will help you. So the reds are really great for supporting your heart health, and they're loaded with antioxidants. The oranges help to strengthen your immune system, and not literally just oranges, but fruits and vegetables that are orange in color. Yellows help to regulate your blood pressure, and they also help with the production of energy. Greens help to improve your cognitive function and support your cellular growth and regeneration. The blues help protect your body from cancer, and they promote a healthy heart. Purples contain anti-aging compounds, and they decrease blood pressure. And the whites are important because they help reduce inflammation, and they also support your thyroid function. And so when you're eating throughout your day, you want to include as many colors as you can. Variety is good to make sure that you're getting all those different needs met. And then we're going to also talk about minerals. Some of the minerals that your body needs are calcium, iron, magnesium, zinc, iodine, and potassium. These are some of the foods where those things can be found. And then this diagram tells you what you need each of these minerals for. I will upload the slideshow individually, separately, so that you can look at this more closely with the time that you have. And then the fruits and vegetables, of course, are also important because of fiber. And fiber is important because it supports the good bacteria in your microbiome. And when your microbiome isn't healthy, then you aren't healthy. So it's really important. It regulates your blood sugar, it lowers your cholesterol, and reduces inflammation while also regulating digestion. And so again, just a quick diagram to show you different fruits and vegetables that contain fiber and how much each of them do contain. And again, I'll upload this so you can look at it more closely. This is one of my favorite charts. It's probably hard for you to see in the video, but it just goes through whatever things you may be craving, and then it tells you what you are possibly deficient on, and then it also gives suggestions of things that you could eat to address that deficiency. So for example, If you're craving chocolate, it's an indication that you may be deficient on magnesium, and some things that you could eat that contain magnesium are raw nuts, seeds, such as cashews, walnuts, pecans, um, legumes or beans, fruits like bananas, avocados, spinach, and cantaloupe are suggested things to help fill that need. And so what I've come to understand is that a lot of times our cravings are an indication of something that we're lacking, and that when we feel that need, the craving goes away. So interesting. I just wanted to share with you the way that I like to look at my nutrition goals, and that I encourage other people to do as well. And that would be to set one realistic goal for yourself at a time and give yourself a week to become comfortable with it, to feel like you've got a good grasp of whatever that goal is. So for this example, goal number 1 is to be honest with myself and track everything I eat for a minimum of 2 days. And so in that first week, the thing I'll do is jot down every single thing I put in my mouth, whether it's a drink or a meal or a snack. I'm going to write everything down. And so anytime you want to make a change, step number 1 is to look at what am I already doing? And then you're going to look at it and be like, okay, this is going good. This is something I need to stop or reduce. So that's always a good first goal, is like, what am I already presently doing? And then the second goal, once I feel like I know what I'm doing, then my next goal could be, I'm going to focus on water intake. And we need about half our body weight in ounces of water each day. And so for a week, I'm going to make sure that that is my focus, in addition to paying attention to what I'm eating. And then once I feel like I have a good grasp of that, maybe it takes a week, maybe it takes 2. But once I have it, then I'm going to add another goal. And another really great goal would be to try to eat plenty of fruits and vegetables, right? And so then I'll continue tracking what I'm eating at least a couple times each week. I'll make sure I'm getting half my body weight in ounces of water each day. And I'm going to make sure that I'm getting more vegetables into my body each day and into those meals that I'm eating, right? So that I'm making small, sustainable changes. And then after I've done those 3 things, right, and I feel confident with them, then I'll add a 4th goal, and that would be to put an emphasis on my protein intake, because it's really important to us, especially as we age. And if you do things like strength training, which I encourage everyone to do, that protein intake is going to be really important. And then just do one small, simple change at a time. And when you feel like you have a good grasp of that, then you can add or change one other thing. I don't encourage you to try and overhaul everything all at once, because then it's oftentimes not sustainable. And so we want to make those changes, but we want to make sure that you're successful in doing so. Okay, so small changes. Something like this would be where you could track your nutrition. What am I doing right now? And then as you make those changes, you're welcome to continue doing this. Some people find it overwhelming to track everything. Some people find it helpful. Some people love it. So you just have to figure out what works for you. Again, you want to make changes that are going to be sustainable. So if this overwhelms you, maybe do the 1 or 2 days of tracking a month and just kind of pay attention. Am I doing better than I was before? Or what am I doing? Creating a meal plan is something that I will do a separate video about, to help you make sure that you're planning your nutrition well. But this is something you could do to plan out your meals. I find that I eat healthier when I have a plan in place and when I prep and prepare. So I do recommend you do this, but again, small, simple changes. You don't have to do everything overnight. You don't have to do everything at once. And then something else that I encourage you to do once a month or so, stop and reflect. What am I doing well? What do I need to change or tweak, right? And pay attention and then act on what it is that you are able to identify. And then this, in a nutshell, is Nutrition 101. You know the basics of macronutrients and the basics of micronutrients. And with this information, I feel most people could go out and make healthier choices in each meal that you consume and each day. And so, with that, I just encourage you to eat well. And if you need support beyond this, please come back. I'll be doing more classes, like I mentioned, where I'm going to go more in depth on macronutrition and more in depth in micronutrition. I'll also cover meal planning. I'll teach you about making healthy choices when you're going out, whether you're out of town or just out to dinner. I'll help you with making healthy choices around the holidays. So just know this is like the basis of nutrition, and then I will build and expand and share more of what I know. And so I thank you for being here. And if you know somebody that this would help, please feel free to share. Have a good day.